happens here, and fight number 7 of the evening is underway. Greg Gamlin, 38, a window cleaner, versus the opposing gold team with the force of Rob Ford. Greg just warming up, looking very ready for this fight that he's definitely,
ladies and gentlemen,
clearly been waiting for.
For the gold team. He's 30, he's a builder. Please welcome to the ring, Mr. Rob Ford.
Well, Rob looks like he means business.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rob Ford. I will now hand you over to John Edge.
Referee just explaining a few things to both Greg and Rob. Greg in the black, Rob Ford in the gold. Greg the Basher Gamlin. We're waiting to see if he can live up to his name. Ford there, just mixing it up a bit. Trying low then high. The Basher Gamlin. There's a lot of movement. Both fighters a bit more controlled than the previous fights we've seen so far tonight. Sizing each other up. Just testing each other out. Looking for those opportunities, looking for those gaps. Ford comes in, quick jab and retreats. This is far more tactical boxing. Some lovely feints and some leans there from Rob Ford. Who so far has very much demonstrated real skill and technique. He's clearly learnt a lot in his 10 weeks of training at the Challenge Boxing. Nice wide stance from Rob Ford, lowering his centre of gravity, but still quick on the retreat. And so far, probably the least action-packed first round we've seen, but not necessarily for a bad reason. Both fighters already showing a lot of skill, a lot of knowledge, simply through their calmness. They're not ready to just run at each other and start having a slugging match. They're thinking about their movements. They're looking for precise, quality shots.
10 seconds on the corner.
Coming to the second round, will the volume of punches be cranked up, or will both these fighters maintain their composure? Another well-matched fight. Rob Ford just making sure that he really capitalises on that long lunging stance to lean in and try and land some jabs on the chin of Gamlin. Whilst many of the fights you see could have the word brawl attached to them, this fight by no means falls under that description. It's almost more veering towards a game of chess as each fighter sizes the other one up and makes tactical, precise and technical decisions. There's a beautiful display of glove mastery, if you like. And Greg the Basher Gamlin now just looking to swing a little bit harder, see if he can start to put the pressure on the wide stance of Rob Ford, fighting for the gold corner. I could be wrong, but I think so far tonight the gold corners have had the most wins. I could be wrong, but I think my count is more wins for the gold corner so far. The black team having had a few wins. Which way this fight could go at the moment is anyone's guess. But note, the challenge boxing is about good boxing, showing what you've learned in the 10 weeks of training. A lot of fun for these guys, but it's also quite serious by the time that the fight comes around.
Quarters, 10 seconds.
As the boxers really start to realise that they're putting quite a bit on the line to box their way into the challenge history books. And here's a bit more action like we saw a few fights ago. It's the fight involving Jerry. Both fighters there exploded into action in the third round as they were really reminded by their corner this was their final chance to stamp their authority on this fight. And you can see they've gone out in this third round in a different gear. Rob just standing there now, going toe-to-toe with the Basher Gamlin. Drops his guard momentarily and just begins to swing at Gamlin. Just over a minute left in the round now. Some lovely punches here. Quite possibly the first clinch of the fight. Referee has barely had. These boxers seem more like surgeons, really thinking about their movements. With 30 seconds left now, they're really being encouraged to unleash that last bit that they've got. Rob Ford just stepping out the reach of the Basher Gamlin. This is going to be a tough one to call. Wouldn't like to put my money on either fighter. Both have landed some good shots, but fantastic there from Gamlin. Just go over the side, but Rob Ford has returned it. And there we have it. A very strong fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for both fighters, please.
Who's got it? Who do you think?
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has called a draw.
It's a draw!
Let's hear it for Greg Gamlin and Rob.
It was a very evenly matched fight. Both fighters fighting with brilliant technique, skill, and of course heart.